Welcome! This is Module 3, Accelerating Scholars Technology. In this module, you will learn how to lead your tutoring sessions in GoSchoolBox, our virtual tutoring platform. If you're accessing this module, that means you've already completed Module 1, Getting Started, and Module 2, Curriculum-Specific Trainings. As a reminder, here's an overview of the training modules. Today, I will guide you through Module 3. In this session, you will access and navigate the GoSchoolBox virtual tutoring platform, access your lesson-based virtual classroom, and utilize the tools most used during tutoring sessions. You'll learn how to submit session feedback and attendance, and identify some basic troubleshooting strategies for tutoring sessions. This module consists of 4 sections: Introduction to GoSchoolBox, Introduction to your virtual classroom, After your session, and Troubleshooting. New tutors will already be familiar with the GoSchoolBox platform from your application, and you may have already selected your student. We will quickly review some of the basic information from Module 1 and then jump into working with your virtual classroom. In a moment, we'll lead you through how to use the platform's functionality for remote sessions. As you work within the platform, please note that administrators can manage and monitor all sessions. For example, canceling sessions that fall on school holidays. And all tutoring sessions are recorded for program improvement, not for any evaluative purpose. Also, on a regular basis, you'll be receiving an email link to a post-session survey that takes you to a very short form in the GoSchoolBox platform. Please share your reflections about how tutoring is going so we can keep improving. Support for you. Although we think the platform is user-friendly, there's going to be a learning curve. We recommend taking some time to get in there and practice using it. And please reach out anytime with questions. Let's review how to access your GoSchoolBox account.
GoSchoolBox is the main platform used for tutoring with accelerating scholars. On the GoSchoolBox website, you will match with a student, view your upcoming and completed sessions, leave student feedback, and much more. To access your account, navigate to brightpath.goschoolbox.com and enter your login information. If you haven't matched with a student yet, you'll see a message that says no upcoming sessions. Don't worry. Once you match with a student, this message will go away. In the meantime, you can explore your tutor dashboard and update your profile. To view and edit your profile, click on the circle with your initials in the top right-hand corner. Then click Account Settings. From here, you can view or edit your profile, update your password, or modify notification settings. Click View or Edit Profile. Now you can edit your bio and verify your account information. You can also change your profile picture. To return to the My Sessions menu, click Sessions at the top of the page.
As you saw in Module 1, MNPS employees at participating Accelerating Scholars schools can access the GoSchoolBox platform through your Clever dashboard. If you haven't already, follow these steps to register as a tutor to enable that functionality. Find the GoSchoolBox app on your Clever dashboard. You can click More Apps on the left side menu. Once in GoSchoolBox, click on your initials in the top right corner and navigate to Account Settings. Click on Become a Tutor. Find the current program, Fall Tutoring Program 2022, and click Opt-in. You can fill out the optional biographical information or leave it blank and click Opt-in again. Now that you've signed in, let's take a look at how your account will appear once your sessions are scheduled. Then we will review how to join your virtual sessions.
Once you've matched with a student, your My Sessions page will list your upcoming sessions in ascending order. Each session is outlined by a box and contains information about that session including the name of the student, the date of the session, the time, and the subject. Click on Details to view even more information. The outline of the box will turn orange when a session is active. To see past sessions that you've already attended or completed, click the Completed Sessions tab. Here you'll see a list of all past sessions. For each completed session, 2 icons appear, one for the tutor and one for the student or students. A blue check mark means the individual did attend or did join the session. A gray minus sign means the individual did not attend or did not join the session. If you see a gray minus sign but are confident that you did attend the session, reach out to tutoring@mnps.org so we can resolve the issue for you. The notepad represents the feedback form for which we discuss and how to submit feedback tutorial. If you hover over the icon, you can see that I have not yet filled out feedback for this session. Once I submit the feedback, the notepad will turn blue. The last tab on the My Sessions menu is the calendar view. This allows you to see all of your upcoming sessions by week. This is especially helpful if you're tutoring multiple groups and want to get a big picture of your schedule for the week. If you'd like to complete or edit any feedback forms, navigate to the feedback menu on the left side. This red circle indicates you have not submitted feedback for one or more forms. However, submitting and leaving feedback will be discussed in the How to Submit Feedback video. A few minutes before your scheduled tutoring session, log in to your GoSchoolBox account. Navigate to brightpath.goschoolbox.com and enter your login information. If you've forgotten your password, email an administrator to reset it. The first page you'll see is My Sessions. Here you'll automatically see all of your upcoming sessions in ascending order. The active session will have an orange border around it. To join, click the blue Join Session button. A new tab will open and create a virtual classroom. Be sure to allow access to your camera and microphone. Verify you're using the correct devices by clicking the Devices button. If you're not sure, click Test Speakers. When you're ready, activate your camera and microphone. Click Join to enter the virtual classroom. You may be the first person to enter the classroom. When your student joins, another box with their initials will appear. Now you can start the lesson.
Let's take a deeper look at the capabilities in your virtual classroom. Virtual tutoring will take place on the GoSchoolBox platform, which supports video, virtual whiteboard, preloading documents, screen sharing, and more. We have found this virtual classroom to work well for all grades. Here's a screenshot of an early literacy session. And here's an introduction to what you will see when you access your virtual classroom.
On your first day of tutoring, we recommend you join your virtual classroom a few minutes early to set up your learning space. Let's start by reviewing what you see here on the screen. You'll notice that the URL says Lesson Space. Lesson Space is a video conferencing software that GoSchoolBox uses for their virtual tutoring sessions. At the top right-hand side of the screen, you'll see a circle with your initials in it. A circle like this appears for every individual that has entered the classroom. Next is a timer function. You can use this to make sure you're staying on task or remind you when the lesson is over. If you'd like to go full screen, click the next icon. The last icon with the 3 dots is a submenu that gives you more options but are not necessary to change. Moving down, the 3 squares represent 3 different ways of viewing your classroom. First is Video Grid, which would allow you to see all participants on the main screen. This may be useful if you have 2 or more students in your group. The next option is to have videos docked on the side of the screen so that you can easily view the whiteboard and documents. This is the default setting. Last is floating video mode, which allows you to move the video around the screen to your desired position. Moving down, we have a settings wheel. The settings wheel can help you troubleshoot any video or audio issues you or your student may be having. A red warning sign next to the settings wheel means that someone has blocked camera or audio access. Be sure you grant audio and video permissions at the start of each session. Next up is the share screen icon. Because tutors are able to upload pictures, documents, and other resources to the virtual classroom, you may not need to use the share screen function very often, if at all. Next, you can mute your microphone, stop your video. And the last icon, the message bubble, is a chat feature. If you're having trouble with microphones or headsets, you can temporarily use the chat feature to communicate with the student. You may also want to chat with the student if you need to temporarily turn off audio. In the center of the screen, you'll see a few options. And during your first few tutoring sessions, we suggest use the whiteboard tab. The whiteboard allows you to draw, type, insert images, and highlight information. Just select one of the many options in the menu bar along the top of the screen to see what's possible. From the whiteboard tab, you can also upload documents like a PDF or image. As a tutor, you will have access to digital copies of the student workbook, which you can upload to the virtual classroom to help your student follow along. To do so, click the up arrow icon. Select the name of the file you wish to upload. If you've downloaded the entire workbook file, it may take some time to upload, which is why we recommend that you arrive at your tutoring session a few minutes early. It's best to select only the parts of the workbook you need. If you're selecting multiple pages, we recommend selecting each on a separate tab instead of into the current whiteboard tab. This will allow you to easily navigate between the different sections of the assignments. You can arrange your PDFs or pictures in any way you like. You can highlight specific words, use shapes to draw attention, and much more. There are so many tools you can use in Lesson Space to enhance your tutoring session. What we've demonstrated for you here will get you started, but we encourage you to learn more by watching tutorials on the Lesson Space YouTube channel. We've also linked those tutorials on our resource page. When it's time to end your lesson, say goodbye to your student and click End Session. Your attendance as a virtual volunteer is recorded every time you join and end a session, so don't forget to click the End Session button when you're done.
In a moment, we'll ask you to pause this video and access the lessonspace.com/tutorial. This link will provide you with a practice space exactly like the Lesson Space classroom you will use for virtual tutoring sessions. Once you've navigated to the lessonspace.com/tutorial, join the session. You will see the tools introduced to you in the virtual classroom videos. Practice some of the features you will use most often in tutoring sessions. Make sure you are able to open a new whiteboard tab. Then practice using the writing and erasing tools. Open a new document tab. Practice typing a welcome message to your student. And finally, import a PDF or Office document that you might use in your session, such as a page from the student workbook. You may pause the video now and resume when you've had some time to experiment with Lesson Space. Now that you're familiar with the session itself, we'll take a moment to review some important steps for after the session. We'll talk about communication with your student between sessions, submitting feedback, and marking attendance. In between sessions, you'll be able to message your student directly through the platform. As you will learn in Module 4, it is required that you keep all of your communication with students in the GoSchoolBox platform, rather than exchanging any personal contact information. We rely on feedback from our tutors and students to ensure that we continually improve the tutoring experience for everyone involved. You will receive a reminder to complete tutor feedback after every 3 sessions, which should equate to 1 survey per week. We will also send tutors a program survey at the end of each semester.
Once a week or every 3 sessions, you will be prompted to submit feedback about your sessions and your students. This survey should take you 3 to 5 minutes to complete. Your feedback is very valuable for the Accelerating Scholars admin, tutor leads, and schools, and we greatly appreciate your taking time to answer these questions. If you ever experience issues related to student behavior or attendance, technology, or scheduling, your first step should be to email the tutor lead at your school. You can also submit a feedback survey so that Accelerating Scholars admin can follow up with you to ensure any issues were resolved. Let's review this process. At the end of your tutoring week, you will be prompted via email to submit your feedback survey. If you only attended 1 or 2 sessions in a week, your feedback prompt will not be sent until you've completed a 3rd session. You can use the link in your email to access the survey, or simply log into your GoSchoolBox account and navigate to the feedback menu. Click the blue Leave Feedback button. In the first section of the survey, you will see your name. Answer the questions based on all 3 sessions and all students for the given week. In the following sections, you will see your students' names. Here you can provide specific feedback about your students. It is not mandatory to provide feedback about each student each week, but this information can and will be passed along to tutor leads and teachers when relevant. Once you've answered all the questions, click Submit. Keep in mind that if you are tutoring multiple groups, you will receive a feedback survey prompt at the end of each week for each group.
For virtual tutors, attendance will be recorded automatically when you join your session. In-person tutors, however, will need to mark attendance manually. Maintaining clear and accurate attendance records ensures that we are able to track and report the amount of tutoring that our students receive, and that we are able to better study the impact of tutoring on our students.
If you are tutoring a student in person, you will need to mark attendance for you and your students in GoSchoolBox after each session. Attendance is very important to the Accelerating Scholars program because it allows us to track tutoring dosage for students and volunteer hours. It is mandatory to mark attendance. To do this, go to brightpath.goschoolbox.com and log into your account. If you are going to take attendance at the start of your session, navigate to the box outlined in orange. The orange outline means the session is active, but you should also verify the date. Click Details. Another menu will appear on the right side of the screen. Click the blue Mark Attendance button. Another way to access this menu is to wait until your session is over and has moved to the Completed Sessions tab. Navigate to the Completed Sessions tab. Here you'll see a list of all past sessions. Each row represents a different session. Remember that gray means the individual did not attend, and blue means the individual did attend. Hover over the day you'd like to mark attendance and click. A new menu will appear. Click the blue Mark Attendance button. Check the box if the student was present. If the student was late or left early, you can edit the start or end time. Do not forget to mark yourself present. Your tutoring hours are calculated through GoSchoolBox, so it's important you check the box next to your name. Click Save. If you forget to mark yourself present, you can go back and edit the attendance. If a session was canceled, you will leave all boxes unchecked and click Save. Once you've marked attendance for 3 sessions, you can navigate to the feedback menu to submit your feedback.
We hope that this training has given you the basic tools that you will need to use GoSchoolBox and the lessons-based virtual classroom, but we know that issues may still arise. Now we will review some basic troubleshooting tips for common issues that you might encounter. Technology troubles will inevitably come into play at some point or another. Here are some basic troubleshooting tips to consider when they do. Generally speaking, it's always a good idea to have a set of physical materials at the ready in the event that your virtual whiteboard poses a problem. This can be as simple as a notebook and pencil, or if you have access to a traditional whiteboard and markers, that would work too. If you run into issues with audio, remember to check yours and your student's mute status. Next, if audio continues to be an issue, remind your student that he or she can type into the chat. It's always a good idea for you and your students to test your tech a couple minutes before signing in on each session. The same is true for troubles with video. If for some reason you cannot see your students or they cannot see you, which in turn means not seeing the materials, the chat function is helpful for sending them links so that they can still see the materials you are referencing. And as most things with technology, a good first step to try is simply leaving the session and joining again. Finally, the best line of defense is for both the tutor and the students to sign in a couple minutes early to make sure that all the tech is working properly and have your backup materials ready should anything go wrong mid-session. Please take a moment to reflect on the content we have just reviewed. What questions do you still have? You can share your questions with us by emailing tutoring@mnps.org. We are here to support you. Thank you for joining Module 3, and thank you for committing your time and effort to be an Accelerating Scholars tutor. If you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to tutoring@mnps.org.